Hey guys, welcome back. If you're a follower of my YouTube channel, you know that I'm the proud new owner of a brand new Tesla Model X. This is the 2019 Raven Refresh. It is the long range version, so I get around 325 miles range. I've only had it for 3 weeks and I have close to 3,000 miles on it. I love this car. I've been driving it all over the place. I can't say enough positive things about it. It's been amazing. But what this video is about is my brake controller installation. It went so easy. I'm going to show you the parts that I bought. It's already installed, so I can't really show you the process or anything, but I can describe it easily because it was just so simple. You really hardly need any tools, just a wire stripper, a crimper, and some very basic knowledge of electricity. It seriously was so easy. I've installed brake controllers in a couple different vehicles, and this is by far the easiest that I've ever done. So I'll flip the camera around here and I'll show you the part that I purchased and I'll show you how I installed it. So these are the two brake controllers that I really recommend. I really like the idea of hiding them away so you don't hit them with your knee or anything. These are out of the way. This is the one I use in the Toyota RAV4. I wasn't afraid of drilling holes in that car because the parts are just so common, but it does require that you drill 2 holes, one for the LED, one for the dial. So that's the one I chose for the RAV4. It went in pretty nice. The RAV4 doesn't have a brake controller plug with the car though. So when I installed this in the RAV4, I did have to manually go to the brake switch and find power and all that stuff. So that one took a bit more work, but that was just because of the car. I decided not to go with the same style again because I didn't want to drill any holes. So I started looking online at some other options that I could hide away and I wouldn't have to see the brake controller or hit it or anything. So I found this one and I've been really happy with it so far. I've used it for about 1,000 miles now, and I'll show you where I mounted the things on the dash, but I'm pretty pleased with it. So it just has a remote display, which you'll see in a second, and the pinch brake controller that will boost your brakes if you need to. All right, now I'm here inside the car. I'm sure you'll notice the display that's right over here. It does come with a little movement here, so you can put that wherever you want, really. Some people will put it up here on top of the dash. You can put it right up here on top of the steering wheel. I wanted to try to hide it away as much as possible, so I put it right off to the side. It's only held on using double stick tape. I can remove it if I need to. There's no screw holes or anything in my wood here. One thing that I wish I did during this installation is I wish I trimmed this corner off a little bit, because you can see this corner is hitting the bezel. If I had trimmed this just at a 45-degree angle, I could have moved this whole piece to the right just a little bit more. Because I notice if I back up the camera, when I'm driving, this display is kind of covered just by this right here. Just a small thing that I've noticed that I think I could have done better, but everything else has been really great with it so far. Then on this side, this is where I tucked away the brake boost. From my normal seating position, you can't even see it. You don't know it's there. If you need to use it, I'm holding the camera with my right hand, but I can just move my right hand right around and pinch that if I have to. So far, I really haven't even needed the brake controller at all. The regenerative braking on this car is so good that it slows down the car and my trailer without using the trailer brakes at all. So I've been really impressed. Obviously, depending on the state and the area that you live in, brake controllers can be required by law if your trailer is over a certain weight. I also think it's just safer to use a trailer brake controller, so I wanted to have it regardless. But it is really good to know that the regenerative braking in this car is so good that I won't have to burn up any energy as heat through the trailer brakes. I have the brake controller set on its lowest setting currently, so it only actually works when I really have to hit the brakes for an emergency stop or a quick stop. And then on this display right here, it'll show you a number from 0 to 99, and it's just basically a percentage, I guess. And it'll show the boost that is going to the trailer brakes. I think the most I've ever seen it was 10, and that was when I was doing a quick stop, and everything stopped beautifully. I wasn't worried at all. You can't change this so that it's more sensitive and delivers more power to the trailer brakes, but I don't think you really need to. It's there for emergencies if I need it. If something bad is happening, I can reach over here and pinch the brake boost that's down here. But so far, I've been really happy with it. And as for the installation, the wires just go right into here, and they travel underneath this panel down to the bottom corner down here, which I'll show you. But maybe I could have tucked this in here a little bit better, but you don't even see that wire, and it's black on black, so it's really not that bad. And on this side, you can't even see the wire. It immediately goes in here. That's just the switch for something else. So this goes right through here, same way. They join together over here. There we go. Come on, gimbal. They join here, and then they go straight down. So now I'll show you down in that lower area. I don't want to take it all apart, but I can explain like how it goes together. So here we are underneath the dash. This panel right here pops down. I didn't even actually fully remove it. This, I believe, is your knee airbag right there. But this panel has a little pin right up here. So you just give it a little tug, get your fingernails in here, and you can just pull it down. That's just a little plastic pop pin. So you pull that down, and up in here there is a white plug. It's a white factory plug that is 4 pins. So all you do is connect this harness that came with your car, and it connects right into that plug. And then from there, you can use any brake controller you want. It's pretty easy to access, so you could even remove your brake controller anytime you're not using it and then reinstall it when you are. I think that would get annoying quick for me, so I wanted something more permanent, but just out of the way. So anyways, this is the brain for the Hopkins brake controller. This has to be mounted in a solid surface in this direction. There are different styles of brake controllers, and I won't get into that right now, but this is the one that is directional, and it has to be on a solid surface. There's other ones you can mount in pretty much any angle, but this is what they call a proportional brake, so it needs to be in a solid surface. This one has, I guess, some kind of gyro inside of it, and it measures the movement of the car, and that's how it adjusts its braking for the rear trailer brakes. So back to the harness. Your car, if it came with a towing option, you will get this 4-pin harness. Obviously, I can't show it to you anymore. It's all installed up in there. But these 4 wires just connect to this box. Everything's tucked away. One thing to note, though, is that while the colors are the same, they are not the same thing. So you do have to read the instructions to make sure you're connecting the right wire to the right thing. On this box right here, black is the positive 12 volts. So on the harness that the car comes with that's tucked up in here, black is negative, red is positive, but it's reversed with this. So make sure when you install it, you don't reverse those. Then you can probably also notice that I do have a couple screws in here. Those are the only modifications that I had to do with this whole installation that were permanent. There's a tiny little screw there, but it does need to be pretty solid, so I had to screw into the plastic right there. And this screw is just into the carpet just to give it some stability. And the top part of this is pressed right up against this piece of plastic, so it's not going anywhere. It's really solid. What's great about having a car that has just this harness and you don't have to run any wires is that everything is done for you. You don't have to run the brake wire. You don't have to find power. You don't have to do any of that. You just plug in the harness and that's it. A lot of trucks come with a similar style where it's a plug and you just have to plug into it. But this is the first car I've ever done an installation on that had the harness there and I didn't have to run any wires. It's really nice. I think that's about it. It really is quite simple. I think anybody can do it. And again, my car is a 2019 and it comes standard with a towing package. I'm not positive about the other years, but I'm pretty sure as long as you have the towing package, previous years you had to pay for it, but as long as you have that towing package, it's going to be the same exact connection. I've even heard that if you didn't pay for the towing package and you don't have the tow hitch back there, the wiring could still be there. So I don't know about that part. You'd have to look into that yourself. Hopefully you got the towing package because it just makes it so simple. So if you guys have any questions, you can post them below. I'll post the model number and the name and all this stuff in the description below in case you decide to go with the same one. You can go with a different one. What's nice is because it is a plug, you could remove it when you're not using it so it's not in your way, but you still have to mount it somewhere. that means you probably have to screw into the lower dash. So you have to figure that part out. I wanted something that wasn't going to be in the way and wasn't really going to be too invasive into the car. I really didn't want to screw it too many holes or make anything too permanent in this. But that's about it. I hope this helped. I'll see you in the next video.